It is go time for Monster Monday. Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday. Hey everybody, welcome to Monster Monday, the Monday before Memorial Day weekend. So we got a busy show, busy schedule, a lot going on. Got the geo hunt and everything else. But how was your weekend?
It was a good weekend. I watched Dylan cut a lot of wood, and we went and got ice cream. It was actually kind of a boring weekend. It was cold. It was, I don't know.
That's crazy. I was surprised how cold it was there because it was just so hot. You know, like your weather just sucks, man. Mother Nature doesn't even know what day it is, what time of year it is. You get snow when you shouldn't, but I remember as a kid, this is like right when we'd be planting corn, and there was times that we were nervous about planting corn because it would freeze. So you had to get it in the ground, but you're afraid it can't get it too early because if it came up too soon, you'd be done. So I guess that's always been a thing, but no thanks. Yeah, hello everybody. That's good though that you had a chill weekend.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't have a chill weekend at all. I had a busy weekend, but
you did.
It was all good. So I guess we can talk about that when we get to it. But I went down for Jackson's party, and I don't even know what I did Friday night. I don't know. Amy was out of town. I think she got home. So yeah, she got home late that night. Got home at 1, and I got up at 4 to leave. So it was a little chaotic. So I was tired and wore out, but had a busy. Yesterday was fun. I walked to church, and then we got back from church and rode a motorcycle to get breakfast, and then I was putzing around putting a winch on my new 4-wheeler, and Amy wanted to go get something to eat, so we took the 4-wheeler, my side by side, to the closest town to me, which is a little town on the river, maybe 5 miles away. And Amy's like, "We take the 4-wheeler?" I said, "Sure." She's like, "Well, is it like legal?" I'm like, "Not at all." Like, whatever. Like, what are they gonna? I thought, what are they gonna do to you? Like, I'm at my age, like, they're gonna. The most they could possibly do is give you a ticket and maybe tow it. I'm like, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. It'll be a great story. So we drove it right down the road and right down Main Street. Got to the restaurant, parked it around back, and then drove it all the way home. And we never had a problem. So it was kind of, and she goes, "This is fun. I like this." Talking me into breaking the law again, like always. I'd be so law abiding and so much.
Framing, right?
Yeah, if I wasn't married to such a gangster, I'd be, much straight and narrow. So that's all good.
He's a saint.
That was my weekend. But we had a lot going on. There were some coins found. The coin up at the Arctic Circle, that one was found, so that was pretty cool. And then his gal crashed and got all hurt, though. I felt bad about that. Like, they get the coin up on the Dalton Highway, and that road is just no joke. That's why I talk about the one being at Dead Horse. There is a coin at Dead Horse, and it's not a big secret. It wasn't something you gotta spend a lot of time trying to figure out. It's at Dead Horse, and it's right in the picture. You can see where it is, plain as day. And because anybody gets there, that's a challenge enough to get there. So and he was up there, and he said the road was rough right now. So I know in another couple weeks it's supposed to be pretty good, and that's when most of the people go up there. Excuse me, I shouldn't drink Dr. Pepper when I'm trying to do a show, but kind of addicted, so I have to. But anyhow, do you want to do the news, or do you want me to do the coin stuff and then the news? What do you want to do?
I'll do the news. We'll get that.
All right.
Yeah,
sounds good. I'll chime in what I have, because there's a lot going on this weekend. Everybody was so busy. There was coin hunting, birthday parties, pickle fest, people over in Ireland with the heroes. It's like there's just a coast to coast or something going on all over the place. So, all right.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so starting with Alfie, I always start with the Ireland boys. Alfie has been struggling with his emotions and having trouble controlling them. They believe it's his testosterone injections that he receives every 4 weeks. So they're stopping them, and right now, and hoping that the side effects will, help with that. So on the brighter side, though, he gets to go to Newcastle next Saturday to watch his last football game of the soccer season. And he gets to go out and play on the football field in Newcastle United Training Grounds. So really hoping that will cheer him up.
Oh, that'll definitely cheer him up. But that those drugs they got to take, that's testosterone and steroids and everything else, like that definitely has effects on your moods and how you do things. You know, the old saying, roid rage.
Yeah.
That just isn't made up. That's a legit side effect of that kind of thing. So especially kids have so many, chemical imbalance to begin with. You're all over the place when you're that age. So without taking any extra, they have extra. So Alfie, good luck managing all that stuff, man. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Mr. Jack, the weather's been really nice for Jack today, and he had appointments, so hopefully all goes well with his appointments and at the doctor. So that's what I had for those guys. Who was visiting? I didn't have who was visiting.
The Campbells were over there visiting. They were in Newry. They were on vacation, so Alfie gave them a little tour. That was yesterday, I think, or nice. My days all blend together, but I think that was yesterday. Oh, nice. Mark and Karen. So that was pretty cool. Those people travel all over the place, so that was really fun. And Alfie got to give him a little tour of Newry, his hometown there. So that was pretty cool. I caught the pictures of it. I think it was yesterday, but I rode Pearl down to Virginia, and I rode Pearl down, forgot my sunglasses. So I had to stop and buy a pair of sunglasses. Of course, they don't have cheaters in them. So I spent the whole day with no glasses to read. And you want to stay off social media? For me, don't have readers. I can't read the screen. So I'm just like, well, there goes that. So it was a nice peaceful day. I kind of liked it, actually. And I got home and had to figure it out then, but it was all good. So if anybody thought I was ignoring all weekend, it wasn't totally by choice. It was only a little bit of choice. And the rest of it was, I didn't have a choice.
Oh, that's funny. Mr. Brody, summer break has started for him. He went fishing in Branson, Missouri. That's what Brody's up to, getting ready for all his summer fun stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so crazy how around the country everybody gets off at such totally different times. Like my kids, like the schools around here, they go until the end of June. It's like the 20 something of June. So it's so weird that kids are getting off and enjoying summer already. And he was up in Branson, and I was just watching a video because I forget who it was, but they were up in Branson. That's where a coin was hidden, and I had it hidden at Dolly's Stampede, and it was gone. So I was like, that was one coin I thought for sure would be there because there was a butterfly shaped flower bed in Branson there. It's really cool, and at the Stampede, they're fake flowers. So I was like, well, these will be there forever. Like, they're fake. So it's not like you're going to be pulling them up or redoing them. And of course, they redid the flowers. I couldn't believe it. So that was just nuts. But anyhow, so I was a little bummed. But it's funny. He got out on the 29th when his hero number is 29. So that was pretty good.
Mr. Jackson, or Tunes as his new name is called, got his first ride with Riot. Maybe you want to talk about him.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I rode down, and Pearl is if people are new to this, Pearl's a pretty special bike to me. It was my first competition bike, first bike I did any kind of racing on, any mad crazy races across the country. It was on Pearl. I only used Pearl for fundraising stuff. So Hoka Hayes, different races I did and whatever, but that's all I did. I never rode her around like to the bars, to dinner or whatever. So I got a lot of memories, all those miles. And so anyhow, I had Pearl, but Pearl's an old school bike with no electronics at all. So there's no radio, there's no GPS, there's no nothing. It's just bare bones bike, just how I like it. And so I got down there to Jackson, and I really wanted to give him a ride on Pearl for his first ride. And I got down there, and he's just enthralled with everybody's radios on their bike. So he wants to get on Pearl. I put him on Pearl, and he goes, "Can we turn the radio on?" And I said, it doesn't have a radio. He looked at me like I was possibly the dumbest human on the planet. Like, he looked at me like, what do you mean you don't have a radio? And he looks right at Alan like, can I sit on your bike? So he sat with Alan, but it was really fun. And we took him for a ride, and I put him on the bike, and after we ate lunch, and I took him for a ride around the parking lot, and he was digging it, and he was yelling a little bit. So I wasn't sure if he's scared or not. And I wanted to give him a little taste. So even in the parking lot, I was gunning a little bit and leaning her pretty good. I just wanted to see how he'd handle, really riding a motorcycle, because I knew we were not just going around the block. And he was, I tell you what, man, that little guy is little at turning 6 tomorrow, but tomorrow. But anyhow, he's just a little guy, but he was a trooper. We had bought him a new helmet, and he was on the bike. I think it was like an hour. We rode from where we had lunch down to Quantico, the National Cemetery there in Quantico, and by the Marine Museum. And he never complained a bit, man. He had the time of his life with his sister, and they were yelling at each other at every stoplight and high-fiving, and it was pretty awesome. So I was really happy that I could get down there, and I was really thankful that Raindrop organized such a cool event, and so many monsters from all over the place showed up. So it was really a cool day. So it was fun, and we went down to Quantico, and he got to do some coin hunting, and it was just that was another, all kinds of stuff going on there. Can't find it, doing all kinds of things. But we just improvised and made it really good for him. And he had a blast. And then we went back to the hotel, and I hung out for a little bit, and I had to go home. I had to be home that night, and I was shot. So I took off so I get home before it got midnight, which I made just barely, but I did get home by midnight. So I didn't turn into a pumpkin, but it was awesome. So if anybody saw the pictures, it was really cool.
We're awesome.
A hero's first time on a motorcycle is always special. This one was planned, so I had a little more time to get ready for it and think about it. The bike was much more set up for it. I learned some things from having Gavin on the bike. Go back a few years, we took Gavin on his first ride. That wasn't planned. That was just Twister and I hanging out with Gavin, and he said he wanted to go for a ride. And that was the first time he said he wanted to go for a ride. So, we just put him on the bike, and I took off. And we just had to improvise to make it work. And we found out that a booster seat really works good. So Jackson had a booster seat in the van, so we threw that on the motorcycle, and it works great. So we had them all strapped in, and the booster seat was, as Mom says, clutch, and it really does work good. So everything, I don't know, couldn't have went any better. They were really cool. So my car seat and the worms, we had everything. So, but now Gavin's given us a lot of trial and error how to keep them in and everything else. So yeah, now they're using Riot to keep him in line. So call Riot No More Motorcycle Rides. He'll be on his best behavior now. So we did change his name to Tunes. I originally was calling him CC because he could see so good with those glasses. He could see twice as good as everybody else, and looks so good with glasses on. But the kid's a musical addict. He's just crazy. He just loves his tunes, and he wants music playing. He wants it on, and he was loving it. So Tunes is much more fitting for him. So we got it all set up, and his helmet says Tunes on it.
Nice.
And he's all good to go. So again, I thank everybody for organizing that. I had little to nothing to do with that. Raindrop and Brandy had that all set up, got the thing out to people, and had people show up, and got his Amazon list, so he's getting gifts sent to him in the mail. And it's just fun to see that excitement in a 5-year-old's eyes, and knowing that he is the most badass kid in the land, and everybody's looking at him as they're rolling down the road, with this little kid on a booster seat on a Harley with a bunch of people, with them, and showing the way. So that was really cool. So I'm glad he liked it. I'm glad he likes motorcycles. It's, we all ride them, and it's a main part of what I do. So it's nice when they like them and they want to get into it. But if not, that's fine too. But it's entertaining when they like to ride, because I like to ride and I love to see the look in their face when they're come to a stop. Just that pure joy, as you can't even describe it. But when you see it in their eyes, it's just, the world looks so much different. If you're not a motorcycle rider, you won't understand what I'm saying, but everybody who rides knows what I'm talking about. The view on a motorcycle is just different than any view you'll ever have. It's the closest thing to flying that, like to being a bird. I could try to, there's just nothing around you. When you look around, it's just, there's no obstructions at all. It's just the world. So to see a kid see that for the first time, I tried to get some pictures of Jackson on the motorcycle taking selfies, and I didn't have glasses on, so it's best I could do. But that moment is hard to capture, and it's super cool to capture it. So it was really, really fun. I mean, I think back at Gavin's first ride, one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken in my entire life was a selfie of Gavin and I on his first ride, but there was a train going by. And I've talked about this before because it just burned into my memory. I took a selfie of just him looking at a train, and everybody's seen 1,000 trains, but the first time you see it on a motorcycle, you can just see the whole train and there's nothing. And they just look, I mean, I turned into a train lover from riding motorcycle. I always get them to honk at me when I'm out in the country and race them and do whatever else, I love it. So, but to see Gavin's look as he looked at that train, and then in the picture, you could see the reflection of the train. So in my glasses and his shield, you can see the train in the reflection. And I think that's pretty cool. So that's one of my favorite pictures. But that's how it was with Jackson over the weekend. He had that first time awe of a motorcycle, and his sister rode with Alan, and she was just in love with it. And she's riding. She says, "I love it when we went fast and the bike was leaning." And it was like in a rural place, residential. We're doing like 15 miles an hour and taking a right turn. That's what she was talking about. And she says, "I like it when we were going really fast and a bike was leaning." And I said, "Yeah, everybody loves that part." And I was thinking to myself, man, if she ever sits down with Gavin, he tells her stories about a bike at really speeds and leaning, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if we did that." No, we didn't. But it was fun, so that was pretty awesome. So that was my take from Jackson's first time on a motorcycle, and everybody that was involved with it. I got to meet some nice people that came up from Knoxville. So it was a lot of fun. So again, I thank everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. So those are the things that make everything we do so worthwhile. It was just a blast. But all right, I won't stick on that all night. So you go ahead.
That's why we do what we do. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
So we don't talk about speeds. That's so funny. Yeah, we don't talk about it on live shows. He did talk about it to his mom when he called her, though. But the live shows, I would always tell Gavin, like, remember, we don't talk about the speeds that we were going. Just talk about what a nice ride it was. Yeah, thanks for popping that up, Dylan. That made me laugh.
So tomorrow is actually Jackson's birthday. He turns 6. So be sure and send him some love tomorrow for his birthday, everybody. I'm sure the boys look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, in his mind, he's 6. In his mind, he's 16. He just had a 10 years flew by just like that as of Saturday. So
he's a biker now, so there's that. He does have doctor's appointments tomorrow, so that's the reality of DMD. So, or not tomorrow. I'm sorry, Wednesday. He's got his birthday tomorrow, and then Wednesday he's got doctor's appointments. So that's the reality of DMD.
Yeah, exactly. Happy birthday. Here, how about you get a couple shots?
Yep, exactly. So best of luck to you with that. Jackson, or Tunes, I should say. On to Mr. Drew. Not much going on in the Gunther family and Drew's world. They're going to try to reintroduce the new med that they fought so hard to get Drew, and they stopped. Now they're going to reintroduce it to him to see if he can tolerate it this time. So fingers crossed and prayers to Drew that the medication works this time.
Good luck, Drew. That stuff just sucks.
Yeah.
You know, you need it. So I hope it works.
Yeah, he does. So that's that. Mr. Gavin. Gavin had a good time at the Pickle Fest, despite the heat and not being exactly what he had visioned the Pickle Fest to be about. I'm not sure what that was he had envisioned, but he he did have all types of pickle related foods, and he did get to hang out with Twister, so that's what was important.
I had to laugh because Twister sent me a text yesterday. All my days blend together, but I think it was yesterday. And I was laughing because she sends me a text of all the foods that they ate and all the stuff and a picture of it. And I told Twister, I sent her a message back and I said, 99% of the time, if I miss out on something, I'm just bummed and I'm pissed. I'm like, I want to be there. And it's like, it drives me crazy. The whole time somebody's at an event and I'm not there, just drives me crazy.
Not this.
This wasn't one of those times. Like, this is one of those times I was like, man, it's so nice that Twister's nice and close, and she's so awesome that she go there and take Gavin to the Pickle Fest, and right, can just stay far away from that because it just sounds nasty. I'd spend the whole day hungry. You know, I'm not eating that crap. So, ugh. So Twister, thank you for stepping up and being Gavin's +1 at the Pickle Fest, because that's terrible.
Yeah.
But look like they had a good time.
I think they did. I know Jessica said it was hotter than hell that day, so I can imagine.
It's Texas, Gavin. It's supposed to be hot. That's what he tells me whenever I complain about it being hot. He's like, "What's Texas? It's supposed to be like that."
Yeah. Okay. Next up in their world is the Cure Duchenne conference this Thursday. Then on to the Monster Barbecue, which is Sunday the 25th. Manuel needs to know how many people are coming. He needs a count for food. So if people can get a message to them, that'd be great.
I got a message for him. I cannot make it. I was putting it together. I was trying my best. I wanted to get down there for the Cure Duchenne thing, and I thought I'll stay for the barbecue and then head out and get home. But the next week we have a family trip that we're going on, and I just can't swing it. Amy's like, well, just go ahead and go. And it's like going down to Texas, riding down, riding back. It's a long, it's over a week. I'd have to leave to get there on Thursday, and I don't have to leave tomorrow. And I just couldn't swing it. I have so much to do around here. I've been gone so much. And then last week it rained all week. So all the things I need to get done outside, I did not get done. So I just got too much going on. I can't swing it. And I have the rally coming up in June, and I'm bummed. This will be one of those things I'm really bummed I'm not there, but it's one of those things I just can't do it. So
the goat says they have airplanes.
Yeah, I know that is true. So if I could swing that on a plane, I would, but I just don't know if I can be gone for another weekend. So I don't know. As of right now, it's a no, but that I've been known to change my mind at the last minute and do something crazy. So, but as of right now, but even as I'm talking, I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could do this or that and take off and just go ride straight through and do that. So I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah, we can go.
I think they'll have enough people have it covered and everybody will have a good time. So
I'm guessing they will.
Yeah.
7.5 days left of school for Gavin. Also news coming soon about a plate sale held at Republic Harley Davidson to help get the Goat Mobile paid off.
That's awesome. And that's I like that they have cool stuff coming up and going on, and to raise some funds, because that's what we're doing, is raising funds for Gavin's van. That's what we're dedicating the bike nights, the Monster Week of Bike Nights. That is what it's dedicated for, so we get this van paid off. We've had some other things that have paid the monthly loans, all since we've got it, but now we're going to get serious about it and raise the money we need to pay the thing off and be good to go. And other Gavin news, right before this show, he had a spin on his last painting. And Gavin sent me a message that Riot was the big winner. So I was pretty happy because he said, you're gonna wanna win my last one. It's really cool. So last week I was telling Misty, last week I said on the show, Amy, don't be surprised that I spend some money to try to win that painting. And I did just that. Yeah, it is rigged. He talked me into spending a bunch of money and I got it. And it's a proven fact you can't rig a wheel.
No, it is proven. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, because we tried to rig a wheel. Like I tried as hard as I could to rig a wheel and Misty still couldn't win with 7,000 names on a board, and everybody else had 4.
Everything else.
And she still couldn't win it. So that was pretty funny.
There's that.
But I did win, and it was Gavin's last painting. And before I even looked at it, I was set that I was getting a bunch of tries. And because it was his last one, something about the last one in a series, I wanted to try to win that last one. So it is for sale. I will auction it off if the bid gets I'll trade that painting for the payments on Gavin's van. Somebody said on it, I can tell you exactly how much it's worth. That would be pretty funny. I don't care if Gavin wanted to paint or not. I'd hold him down and make him paint once a week if I get 40 grand for a painting.
There you go.
All right. But that was pretty fun. So thanks, Gavin. I'm glad I won.
Manuel will be cooking at that. That's the thing for the Republic of Harley Davidson. So he'll be cooking there just to let everybody know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When is that?
That is coming soon.
The 31st, right?
Yeah.
The thing at the Republic. I think it's the 31st.
They didn't tell me.
That's Saturday. I think it's the 31st.
Is it? Okay. She said news coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll say the 31st. If it's not, then people can.
You're probably right.
Later. Yeah. So all right.
July 19th, she says. I don't know.
Okay, it's not the 31st.
Okay, more to come. Turbo. Turbo went with his dad to Boiling Crab this weekend and tried seafood for the first time. I was actually floored about this. As much as, Turbo likes food.
Yeah, he's going out to eat all the time. That's his first time with seafood?
Never had seafood before. He was not a fan.
He lives, like, literally, you can throw a baseball from his house to the ocean.
I know. Yeah, doesn't like seafood. Neither does mom, I guess. So, not a fan. He did look cute in the bib. So there was that. Wednesday's his concert.
Oh, that's right.
He's like really stoked right now.
I'm really stoked too. I'm really stoked that his mom's taking him, and it wasn't part of the deal that Ryan had to go to California to take him. So Pickles, if I had to choose between Pickles and Kendrick Lamar, I'm popping open the Dills, and I'm gonna eat Pickles. I think I could take that before I could take a Kendrick concert. So Tunes and Turbo won't be happy with me, but no thanks.
Yeah. So he gets Thursday will be the Deschênes conference and then time with GOAT. Monday he found a coin. Yay for Turbo. So
yeah, that was pretty awesome. He finds a coin. I tell you what, man, that little detective figured out. I thought I was going to have to lay 3 hard clues. He took the first picture and figured out that was where his birthday party was at. I couldn't even believe it. And he whoop, out the door, and he's like, what's the next clue? Because I'm here. And they were digging around right at the thing. I couldn't believe it. Like, I took that picture, I didn't think nothing of it. Thought, oh, this would be a great way to let them know it's in SoCal, but not the exact location. No, he figured it right out, where it was.
He did it all by himself. Figured it all out. And
yeah, she can't keep up with them.
No.
And then he gave me a hard time too. Wasn't that tough? So that was good.
And Robert came and visited him on Saturday. They had work done on this chair. It was making a noise, but it was stuff that can't be replaced. It's gears or like brushes in it. It doesn't affect the chair. And so Turbo said it sounds like exhaust on this chair. So,
Oops, sorry. I'm messing around here and I'm popping coins onto the screen. Yeah, it's always something. They're hard on those chairs, but those chairs go through a lot, and it's a lot of those things weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing how they actually put those together that they hold up so good. So that was pretty cool.
it was. Other news, Crazy Ladies are on day 139. Go ladies.
139. That's pretty amazing. You know, to get 100, I can't even think of it doing anything for 139 days straight. You know, that's pretty crazy. Let's see. And speaking of the kids' coins, everybody saw the coins that we had made. They're on the website. So if anybody is wondering where to get the coins, they are a set, all 7. I did make a mistake on a couple of them. So if you got when you get your set, if there's any of them that have the numbers off, then let me know, because there's some Elfies that got, I don't know if I put them in the wrong place when I was stacking them or whatever, but I thought it was odd that they were both Elfies. But Twister, I know, got Elfies was not 99. I think it was 89. And there's another set that I had 98 instead of 88. So I don't know. I say old man eyes, but I'm not really sure if that was the problem or when I was stacking them, I just made a mistake, but whatever. So if you get your coins and one of them is the wrong number, let me know and we'll have to get it. But if you go to the website, they're right in our store, how to get the numbers. So go to the website. If you want to buy any numbers, there was a little mishap because it wasn't deducting them when somebody bought them, but I think that's all squared away now. So whatever numbers are available, that's the numbers that are available. If you are a Mega Monster, your numbers that start with MM. So if you're not a Mega Monster, don't buy those. So I won't mail them to you. I'll pick a different number anyways. But any of the Mega Monsters have the number. They're there. So you just gotta select your number and that's it. And I'll get them mailed out. They're actually gonna be mailed out on the next batch is going on Thursday. So expect those and hopefully they make it in a little timelier fashion. Robert, I don't know, he's got a package and I think he said it got there finally, but we had a package that had a package to go out to him, and he called me, wanted to know where it was, and it says, I don't know, it still says delivery, and he looked it up and it was like in Atlanta from Jersey to get to California. It was in Atlanta, and this has been like a good month ago at least.
Oh, wow.
if not more. It's been a long time. So I don't know, the good old post office is not so good sometimes. Did Craig say the mega numbers are gone?
That's what I saw.
I don't know. I'll check into it, but it won't be till tomorrow, so I can check and get back to you, Craig. So they shouldn't be. If you scroll down, they were at the bottom of it, but I don't have the website up right now, so I don't want to keep everybody sitting here while I'm looking for it. But anyways, so that's that. That's how you get them.
117 days till the bash.
That's crazy. We got to get going on that. We got the bash. I'm going to start putting some more stuff out on that. We got the Monster 79. We got bike nights. We got a lot of stuff going on. Honor's taking over all the bike night info. I have a new flyer for that. I will try to get that posted tomorrow. I got to change one thing on there, put her email on it instead of mine. But so we got a little change of that because we're going to have all the funds that are raised go to pay off Gavin's van. So that's really the only change. And this flyer is just strictly to get people signed up to host it. Once we get done with that stage, I'll make a new flyer for the actual nights of the parties. And if somebody needs a banner, they're going to let us know, and I'll make them a kind of a stock banner where just kind of work for everybody. But a lot of the dealerships have said they're making their own banners, so no big deal. So, but whatever. But if you have it, if you're hosting a bike night at your house, whatever, and you need a banner, whatever, we'll get you a banner and have it sent out. So that's that for the bike night. And the bash, the flyer's out for that. So if anybody needs questions on that, has any problems, let me know, and I'll send it to Mandy so she can take care of it. I'm only kidding, Mandy. I'll take care of it myself. Right. All right. So you got anything else?
That's what I got. That's it.
That's what you got? All right. Well, I got the coins. I got some coins to unlock. We have some, I think I got this right. So I think they decided to unlock a state for one and a clue for another one. So I'm going to put that on the board. I hope I have this right. If not, then I just did it this way, and that's what it is. So let's see. No, the Hopper taking off on his ride. So I just saw that. I don't know. I didn't talk to Hopper today. I was working on some stuff for him, but I'm not done with it. But they were waiting on the bike, and I haven't heard if the bike came in or not. So he wanted to take off on Wednesday, but I don't see that happening. So the bike, I don't know if the bike got there or not, but he's still waiting on the bike, and that's all I know as of right now. I haven't talked to him today, and I didn't talk to anybody over the weekend, so I don't know for sure. So no updates on that, but hopefully soon, because you want to get going. If you're gonna do that, the timing of it is nice because you get to the back end of it of when you end. It's like much easier to do it early in the year than the heat of the summer and everything else. So, but whatever, he did his last one 100 days. He started that pretty late too. So, and ended up going until November to get his 100 days in. I thought he was crazy for doing that. So it'll probably end up being the same thing. So his 101 days will probably end at Christmas. So we can laugh about him then. That he's still riding in the snow and everything else. But all right, back to the coins. I'm going to add this to the stage. Let me see if I got it ready here first. Let's see, get that right. All right, here's the coin list right here. I don't know, I might not updated everything just right, but there's the clues that are open. The red ones are found. The purple one here, I think that's purple. That's what just got unlocked today. So that is coin 43 is in New Mexico. So coin 43 is in New Mexico. And 57, the clue one is not all coins have a view and a story. Some are stuck on a ride to nowhere. So you can check that out. That's clue number one for coin 57. And I think if Mandy's on there, oh, she just updated everything. Okay. I saw she was messing around with something, but the green ones are coins that are not there. By all means, you feel like you can go there and find them, knock yourself out. The yellow ones are unlocked. Let's see. I think one of those. Oh no. Yep. 48, 50. They're unlocked. I didn't realize 50 was unlocked. That'll be a good one. So that'll be fun. So 50, she must have just updated this because I don't think I did that. So somebody unlocked 50, or it was during the week. I didn't pay any attention to it, but that's pretty cool. So check that out. They're unlocked. So we have 28, 48, and 50 are all unlocked, open to anybody that goes and to find them. You just have to follow the rules that are in place. But today is a new day. So I'm going to get to the twist, because this is a new twist, and this is a Memorial Day twist, and this will be the most controversial and the biggest twist of them all. So if everybody is ready to write this down, you're going to need to write it down. And like I say, we will make a post tomorrow, and I will put this on a post. And if anybody has any questions, you can post your questions on that post. So this is the twist for Memorial Day weekend. And our Monster Monday will be on Tuesday next week, so we don't have to do a show on a holiday.
Okay.
So does that work for you, Misty?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it'll be next Tuesday. So these will hold true for a long weekend. And I want to make sure they can do it for the long weekend. So you have until Tuesday night that this is in place. So the one per state is going to stay the same as far as hunting, but the other zone things you can throw out for this week. And what you have to do now, this is the Great Coin Swap. So now this is a coin swap, and now it's Memorial Day weekend. So we want to have you, do things Memorial Day related, and Memorial Day, I think everybody knows this, but this is for our fallen soldiers throughout history. People have lost their lives, given their lives for the country. It's not a day to thank veterans for their service. It's not a weekend to high five somebody because they were in the Army. That's what Veterans Day is for. Memorial Day is to honor those who gave all. So with that, to do this great coin swap, what you have to do, if your state has a national cemetery in it, there's 156 national cemeteries, I think, in the country. But I think they're only in like 40 states or 45 states. I'm going off memory, so don't hold me to that. But if you have a national cemetery, you have to go to one national cemetery, 4 other military cemeteries that have somebody from the military buried in them. So 5 cemeteries total. And you can do this for the course of the whole week. This doesn't have to be done in a day. It doesn't have to be done in 2 days. You have the week to do it. So 1 national cemetery, 4 other cemeteries, military, they can be national, state, your town cemetery, whatever. But you have to find 1 Congressional Medal of Honor winner and get a picture with that Congressional Medal of Honor winner. If your state does not have a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, which I can't imagine any state doesn't, but if it doesn't, then get a highly decorated Bronze Star, Silver Star, something like that. And we'll make that work. So you have to get a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, and you have to go to your state capital or a state capital. So you can do this over the course. If you're going cross country, you can hit all these cemeteries in different states, different zones, anything like that. And you can go to, you can go and get a Congressional Medal of Honor, one state, hit different ones, and hit a state capital anywhere along the way. So you just have to go to a state capital, and you have to have something Mile Monster related, a sign or anything, and you have to have on that sign what coin you want. And here's where the twist really gets to be a twist. You have to fundraise $122. That is all of our monster numbers added up equals 122. So you have to fundraise $122 if you're going to trade somebody coins. So if I'm the holder of coin 17 and I really, really had my heart set on coin 42. So if Misty has coin 42, I do all of these things. I raise $122. When I'm at the state capitol, my sign says, yeah, I'm right. I ride with Mile Monsters. I am after coin number 42 that Misty has. And if I meet all those other things, that person has to mail you the coin. And that is to trade whatever coin you have for whatever coin you want. So if you have whatever coin it is, if there's somebody has a number you want, you can just straight up trade for $122, and they have to trade you, like it or not. If you want to steal a coin from somebody, if somebody has more than 1 coin, you can steal a coin from somebody, but you have to fundraise $488. That is all the numbers times 4. So as you see, this is all about fundraising and having fun. Do all of those things, and you fundraise somebody's and you fundraise $488 over the course of the week, you can steal a coin. And that is stealing a coin. That is stealing a coin from anybody that has more than 1. They have to have 2 coins at least to have one stolen from them. And if you steal a coin, you don't have to have a coin to steal one. So you don't have to have a coin to steal one. So if you have not found a coin and you want to steal one, I'd get fundraising $488, do some riding this week, and you can steal a coin. But that is to steal somebody's coin who has more than one. If you wish to steal somebody's coin who does not have, or who only has a coin. So if I'm sitting here and I really, really, really wanted coin number 32. That was my heart set on coin 32. And I know that Twister found coin 32. I can steal her coin from her, even if that's her only coin. And I have to fundraise $854 to do that. And that is all of the kids' numbers times 7. 7 kids, all of their numbers times 7 equals 854. And that was Dylan's idea too, by the way. So that's how you get somebody's coin if they only have one. So if they have one and you steal it, as Dylan said, I'm putting your name down and the war is on. But this is just one holiday major twist. So this is for fun, and it is for raising money for the kids and spreading awareness. That's the idea behind the Capitol. This is Memorial Weekend. There's going to be a lot of people out. You post a picture and you post something from the Capitol, and you'll be all good. So that's where it's going to get. It's going to get a little bit crazy for the long weekend, as Twister said. Her mind is so it will be all good. So, and the other thing I want to add too, this includes heroes. So if a hero has multiple numbers and it's something you want, you can steal from a hero. So if you fundraise that money, and so I don't know what number Jackson had, or whatever, somebody had it, but like Gavin has a couple numbers, 98 and 13. I'm going off that one. So if somebody, let's say, has glasses and has a show on Monday night that really likes the 13, I can raise $854 to steal it. Oh, he has 2, so I only have to do 488. And if I'm the first one there, I could get a number or a coin from him. So, and I'm not going to take your coin, Gavin. I'm kind of out of this, but maybe I could if I fundraise for it. That might be the only way I can get myself a coin. But that's the twist. I know it's hard to keep up with. There's a lot. This is really it too, Frank. The white elephant is the perfect example of it. This is just some fun. And some people have not been able to get out. It's not that they didn't want to go look for coins, but they just haven't had the time. Now they have a 3-day weekend. You can get a coin. You just have to work at it. And you have a week to fundraise. If you haven't found a coin and you want to take my only coin, it's going to cost $854 a fundraising to do that. And when you do that, tell people that you're trying to get to donate to your cause, that what it's for. We're having fun with these coins, and we're fundraising, and we're going to try to take coins. And, Brett went and found a coin at my mom's, and I really wanted that coin for my mom, so I'm going to steal it from him. It's just fun. Like, it's just a way to raise money to bring 7 kids to Minnesota so they can have the time of their life. That's what it's all about. That's what every twist is about, is to get people talking, even if it's complaining, even if it's calling Ryan an asshole, like whatever, you're still online doing it, and it's going to bring a lot of awareness to our kids. So that's that. And whoever has 29, I'm not going to rat anybody out, but his name's Bradley and lives in Oregon. That's who has 99, because I just watched him get it from Legend last week. So that was kind of funny. But that's what it's going to be. Robert, my coin went down a boating accident. That's pretty funny. But that's what it's all about. So if anybody's got any questions, tomorrow's post, when it hits with the twist, you can comment it on there. That's the best way to do it. Don't bombard poor Mandy with all kinds of things, because she's doing community service from some past crimes that came back to haunt her. So she was up picking up garbage all week, and she's all good. So let's see. Do you have to do all of the twist if you're just going after a coin and not trying to steal from another monster? No, those twists are about stealing. Those twists are about stealing. If you go out and find a coin in your hunting, that's a good question, Susan. So thank you. That twist is just about the stealing, the swapping of a coin swap, a coin stealing, whatever you want to call it. If you're going to go out and hunt for a coin, and you're just going out for a hunt for a coin between now and next Monday, the only things you have to do is hit a national cemetery and a Congressional Medal of Honor winner. So you'll have two things, and they're really easy to find in a national cemetery. So that will be nice and easy. Just basically want people to get out and pay their respects to those that did give all at some point in their life. And then there's a ton of them. And I hope somebody that's from the DC area gets some pictures of, the Vietnam Memorial or the Korean Memorial. Any of those memorials there in the mall are pretty cool. So hope somebody gets down there. I can't wait for I love to hunt. I love to see Congressional Medal of Honor winners. I like to pay respects to them. Whenever I'm at a national cemetery, I try to Google who's buried there that has a Congressional Medal of Honor, because they just don't give those away. Those are something that somebody went above and beyond and gave his life, her life, whatever the case is, to save somebody or to do an incredible act, of that cost them their life, is generally what happened. Or they may have lived, but it's never free. They don't just hand them out. So they're very well earned. They might have died of old age, but at one point in time, they did something so heroic. They were awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, and it's pretty special to do. So I just want to have people, while we're out having fun, not to lose sight of what the weekend is all about. So that's really what it's all about. So anything else? I can't see the questions on here. So
Marcus.
Yeah. So that's great. So I don't know what Mark, any Tour of Honor. Some of the Tour of Honor sites might be on there too, but Tour of Honor hunters do the same thing. I love the Tour of Honor. I couldn't get into it about doing it, but I love what they do and how they do it. Tour of Honor, if you're a rider and somebody's looking at getting into something fun, check out the Tour of Honor. Starts in April, I believe it is, April 1st. And they give you sites and all kinds of cool patriotic things to go visit. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's all I got for that. That is the coin swap for Memorial, the coin swap, the coin steal, the gangster move, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it's all about. So, got any questions, Misty?
I do not.
No? All right, then it's good. Did I explain it kind of good?
You did. I wrote it down.
All right, good. That is good. Yeah, Frankie just joined the Tour of Honor. So I guess you can still sign up now. So I didn't do it. I probably should have. I didn't do it this year. I did the last 2 years and never went to one. I went to a bunch of sites and then my flag with me. And, I love all that stuff. I stop at them all the time. Like if I have to take a break, I stop at the little roadside things. I'll see a little memorial. I see something. I always stop there and just hang out. And that's where I eat. That's where I sleep. That's where I do whatever. I like that. But it's cool. I hope people get to see some stuff, and I hope they get to share that stuff. I'm having a great time watching where people have gone. So I thank you all for posting those pictures and seeing things and posting them and your hunts and what you're doing. And some people have found coins and left little trinkets inside of it and that kind of thing. So it's pretty good. So it's fun to see. Gavin, I must be rambling on. If you only have 5 minutes left, we must be on overtime here. Yeah, it's 5 to 9. So I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. We're good. So yeah, stealing is stealing. So happy stealing. Get out there, steal some, get the word out, get people involved. You can still sign up and join the hunt here for coins. We have 30 some coins left. So it's not like, we're down to the last 5. Nobody knows where they are. There's 30 some coins left. It's going to go on for a while, so we'll have some fun with it and be good. A good time. So happy hunting. We're doing it for the heroes. Promote them. Raise awareness. Go see all these things. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great Memorial weekend, everybody. And we'll talk to you next Tuesday. So don't forget, Monday we won't be on, but we'll have a Monster Monday +1.
That's one.
Peace.
A good week.